So I realized, y'all, that we have not done a good old-fashioned Sims build challenge in a really long time. I think a lot of it is because I haven't really been on camera in a while because it's been extremely hot where I live. Like, so hot, y'all, that I do not want to turn my webcam on at all. But lately it's been kind of cool. Hopefully because it's getting closer to fall. I really hope so. So today I was like, why don't I hop on camera and we just do a old-fashioned build challenge. So I'm in Sunlit Tides, which is literally one of my favorite worlds in The Sims 3, and I think I want to build a beach home because it is technically still summer. So I was like, why don't we just make a little beach home? But the challenge that I want to do is to build the beach home in black and white. So not necessarily having the colors of the house be black and white, but I'm gonna turn the color on my monitor to black and white so I won't know what color to make anything. So literally everything will be black and white and I just have to kind of guess from the color wheel what color I want to use. So I'm gonna kind of have to like guess if the color I'm using is actually the right color, you know? So with that being said, y'all, I turned my monitor in black and white. I also turned OBS in black and white so I can't see any color. You should still be able to see me in color, but I think everything else should be black and white. My goal is to maybe try to build a maybe like a small-ish beach house, and I want it to be kind of like a dark blue. I'm thinking of something more dark and moody today. I don't know if we can accomplish that because it all depends on me picking the right colors, but like, you know, I have faith in myself and I believe that we can do it, you know? All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead, y'all, and start building out some little bump outs here and there. Don't really know how I want this house to be just yet, but if I just start building, I can kind of see the vision, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and get my room tool and we're gonna just bring it in kind of like so, and we're just gonna fill in the sides of the house. And I'm doing this so it'll be easier to roof later. And then we have like this little section. I guess we'll like put something there. And then if I bring up the walls, we kind of have this. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna drag out this stilted foundation right here around the front of the build. I want like a front porch, and I may even bring this out a little bit more like so. And the reason why is because I want to get the fence from university. I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to see like what I need. Okay, I think this is it. This is the one from, yeah, university. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to just bring this out like so. And then I want to get a couple of columns. It doesn't really matter which one. We're just going to get a couple of columns right here so we can bring the grid over so it can touch with the railing. So we're going to get our gabled roof, and we're just going to bring it around like so. We can maybe lower it a little bit like that. We'll get our half gabled roof, and we're going to bring this in to the other roof kind of like this, and then we can lower it down. Ooh, okay, we may need to redraw that actually. Let's redraw it. But the idea is for this to kind of be seamless with the other roof, kind of like something kind of like this, you know. Maybe we can make this go up a little bit more. And then for the side of the house, we could use a gabled roof like this. We could probably use a tall gabled roof for this piece right here. And then for back here, we'll use another gabled roof, kind of like this. And we're just going to make sure everything kind of goes down a little bit so it's not as tall. Maybe we can get like a couple of dormers up here. I don't know how this is going to look, but we could try. Okay, it's not really even, but it's not really even. Let's try that again. Let's try to get like a dormer here and then maybe like one here. I think that's even. I feel like sometimes it's kind of hard to tell when it's in black and white, but I feel like that's even. And then what we can do is we'll get a couple more of these gabled roofs on top of it. Bam, and now we have our little beach house. I think so far it's turning out really good. Now, I guess that's because I haven't really changed the color of anything, but like, you know, it's turning out good so far, you know? Okay, now, memory serves me right. This railing is I believe it's like a orangey color, like an orangey, yellowy wood tone. So what I'm going to do is try to make this white. And from memory, I know that this first column right here is basically like the white grayscale. So it's white, then it goes all the way to gray to black. So I'm going to hit white for this. And then for these other pieces, I'm going to just drag this in. Oh, and also, y'all, I learned this really cool trick from Concat. So if you hold down the shift button and you drag the like color palette thing, if you drag it on a fence, it'll automatically color all the other pieces for you. And that is crazy because I did not know that. Like, that is wild. I don't know if it works for anything else, but I know it works for the fences, and I think that is like so cool. I did say something dark and moody, didn't I? I was thinking about like a thatched roof, but maybe we can kind of go for something kind of black, hopefully. So let's see. Oh, I really do not know. I think the slate roof is black, right? Or maybe this one. Okay, that one is gray. Gray slate roof, and this one says slate roof. And this one says neutral. I'm gonna just trust my instinct, and I'm gonna just go with this being the black one because I want something dark and moody, right? That's the whole plan for this, dark and moody. All right, let's go over to the paneling, or actually the siding. Let's go to the siding, and Ooh, this is usually the one that I always pick. It's one of the last ones. Also, I realized, y'all, that you cannot see the color wheel, so I'm just gonna move myself over for a little bit so you can see. But I believe that blue is down here in this little quadrant somewhere. So we're gonna just hope that this is right. I think it's like right here. Hopefully all my years of playing this game and looking at the color wheel will pay off. So I'm gonna just go on a limb and say that this is blue. Actually, maybe like a little bit darker. Because I know, like, the more you get to this side, the darker it gets, right? So maybe, like, kind of like that. What might be the vibe? Yo, this works for the entire wallpaper when you do that. That is so cool. So, again, if you hold down shift and just drag this over, it literally covers the whole thing for you. That is a game changer, and that's going to make my life so much easier, y'all. Like, I love that so much. Like, thank you, Sims 3. We love that. Okay, I'm going to get these steps from base game. Maybe we should just drag this over to it so it can all be the same. I know I said dark and moody, but literally I don't even know how this is gonna look, y'all. Maybe the white will like make it look better. I don't know. So basically this is kind of what we have so far. Let's go ahead and get the windows. I think I'm gonna use the windows from the university pack. They're not really that big, and I think they can look really nice with the railing out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and sort by university because like it's kind of hard to tell which is which. So I know university is one of the later packs for the game. So yeah, it's right here. These are the ones I want to use because I know for a fact these come in a white swatch. So hopefully everything will look good. We can maybe try to make it even by having like 2 of them, and then we can get a couple over here on this side. We could use like some of these bigger windows. I feel like I've never really used these before. We can have some big ones in the back. Now I know for a fact these are green by default, so we're gonna just copy that over so it can all match, you know? Okay, I think I'm just gonna put some windows up here. I don't know if I like these, so they probably will go away after a while, but we'll keep them for now. We'll keep them for now. Okay, well, I guess we can move on to the door. We'll do some landscaping later at the end of the video. Let's just go ahead and get the door. Maybe we can just use this one from the seasons pack, or there's also the one from university that we could use. And then there's also one from supernatural, like this one from supernatural, which I may want to use this one. This one might be a little bit better. Actually, let's use this one. Yeah, I like this one more. And it comes in white. So what I will do so I can make sure it matches completely, I'm just going to bring the color wheel over to the door so all the whites match. Okay, let's open up the house because I do need to figure out the floor. So like I said, y'all, moody is the thing. Dark and moody, dark and moody. I have to keep reminding myself. So we can pick like some darker floor, right? I can't really see, so I'm gonna just turn on by debug real quick and testing sheets so I can see a little bit better in here. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, y'all. Maybe like a small bathroom over here. We can have a bedroom be here, maybe like another bedroom be back this way, and then we'll have like a kitchen somewhere around here and a living room somewhere around here. I think that's what we'll do. Should we do like an open floor plan? Because like technically speaking, I could like close things off if I wanted to kind of make like more rooms and stuff, but we could have like an open space today. Okay, y'all, I really quick mapped out a little section, so I guess we could have the kitchen be back this way, bedroom here, maybe bathroom this way, living room somewhere around here. I'm using a half wall just to kind of create a little bit of separation, you know? Maybe we could just get a couple of doors in here. I've been trying to branch out a little bit. I have been using this door right here, y'all, for the longest time, and I really do like it. But maybe we can kind of, you know, evolve a little bit. We'll get like a 2-tile door, you know? So why don't we maybe start with the wallpaper? Because since we already have the floor, I do have a wallpaper in mind, but it's not really dark and moody. It's one of the ones I got from the Sims 3 store. I don't know where it is, y'all. It's one of the ones from the Sims 3 store. It has like waves and stuff on it. It's kind of hard to see because the default color is like a light blue. I think it's this. Yeah, it's like one of these. Yeah. It's one of these. It's the one that has waves on it. We could use the wave one in like the nursery or something. Maybe we can just use this one or the one that has the seashells on it. I cannot tell you what color this is by default. I really don't know. I can tell that these right here are all like white, and this is probably also white. Let's just try for like a blue. Bro, I do not know what color blue is. I think blue is like in the middle. That's what I'm thinking. Wait, is that true? No, because like earlier, blue was down here for the outside of the house, right? So maybe like we could do this, and then like I don't know which is which. Okay, so this can be brown. I know brown is like over here in this section, so we're gonna bring that down a little bit, kind of like so. We can also do that for the border right here, and then for the seashell, maybe instead of it being white, it could be like a yellowy kind of color. I don't know if that's right or not, y'all, but let's hope that's right. Let's hope, okay? Let's hope. Why don't we do the kitchen really quick and then we can go back and do the living room? So for the kitchen, I know for a fact I'm gonna use these Bayside counters. These are my favorite in the entire game. It's kind of cool that I get to use this though, because if you don't know, I've been working on a Sims 3 save file for the longest time, and for the save file, I purposely made it so that I couldn't use store content or any like stuff from the store worlds or whatever. So like I have not used a lot of my store content in so long, so it's kind of good that I can actually get back into using it now, you know? I wanted some kind of like marbly like top for the countertops, and I wanted everything else to kind of be like a darker brown, so I actually hope this works. I know for a fact that this floor is black and white, so it should fit the vibe, you know? All right, we'll get this fridge, and then we need a stove. Maybe we could put the stove in the middle. So we'll go ahead and get maybe like the matching stove. I think this is it. And we can have like another one right here. So we can have like a pretty big kitchen space, you know? And then we'll go ahead and get our upper cabinets and, ooh, I don't know which is which. I think it's these. We're going to use these for our upper cabinets. We can maybe mix and match a little bit to kind of get some ones that look different, you know? I'm going to try to get some more appliances in here. So maybe like a little coffee machine in the corner. And then we have our microwave. Oh, and we need our sink. I knew there was something I was forgetting, y'all. I'm going to use the sink. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one. This is the one from late night. We're just going to put like 2 of them down, kind of like that. And maybe we can be done with the kitchen for now. And then I guess we can move to this corner and maybe we can have this be like the living room section, you know? So I'm going to use this TV, and then I want to get a nice sized rug. Maybe even the, oof. Normally, and you know what? I'm going to pick this one because like, you know, I'm going to pick that one. We can get a couple of chairs. I know there's a couple nautical chairs, but I could use these. Or maybe we can mix and match. We'll have one of those and we can use like the nautical style one, which I cannot tell you which is which. I think it's like towards the bottom of the list. You know what? We could use this chair instead. This one is the one from, I think it's Island Paradise. Maybe this one would be nicer, you know? We can use this, I don't know, maybe one of the bedrooms, but this could actually work. I think I like this one. We'll have 2, let's actually bring this out a little bit from the wall. I believe that Island Paradise comes with like a chair to match with it, so maybe we can put one there. Maybe like another one right here beside it. And I believe there's like a beach coffee table that I have, and I do not know which one it is. Is it this one? I think it's this one right here. And then we have like a couple of like life preserves and stuff like that as well. There's the steering wheel that comes with Barnacle Bay. We could definitely use that in here as well. And then there's also like this picture of somebody catching a fish. So maybe we'll put that like off to the side, like over here. But I definitely want to use a lot of nautical things. It's a beach house, so I got to, you know? There's also like this picture over here with like a waterfall, so we'll use that. I almost forgot to recolor these chairs. I think these are orange by default, so I'm going to try to make them a little bit darker. Same thing with the wood. Make it a little bit darker, and we're just going to drag this over so they all can potentially match. And then for the rug itself, I don't even know what color this is. I think it's like a red color. I couldn't tell you. I think we'll just go for whatever it is. We'll just go for the darkest color of it so it can kind of match, you know? I almost forgot about the doors. I'm going to just make them the same color. I think they're all supposed to be like a dark brown. I hope that's right. Before we go to like any of the rooms, we'll kind of finish up out here. So I would love to get a computer desk and also a bookshelf to kind of go out here. So for the desk, I'm thinking we can use this one from Seasons, and then we'll go ahead and get a computer to go with it. We'll get a bookshelf, and I know there's like one that's shaped like a boat. I wanted to use it in here, but I wanted something a little bit bigger to kind of fit underneath the windowsill. So for this bookshelf, I'm going to just move this in, I don't know, maybe like one of the bedrooms could have the bookshelf. But I would rather have a longer bookshelf go like here. I was going to use the one from base game, but that actually could work. And then maybe we'll move this over a little bit. And then for the chair, I guess we can use this one. I think this is like a light yellowy color by default. So maybe if we can make it like a little bit darker. And then for this little nook space, I'm going to use an end table. And we'll get a plant to go on top of it. Oh my gosh, y'all, I literally almost forgot about a table. We'll just use this one from Pets. I'm gonna get a light fixture. There's like this light, it's like a nautical one, and I don't know where it is. But I think I'm gonna use that for over here. I'm gonna use this one right here. And we could use it again. I'm thinking that maybe we could have this be the parents' room, maybe this be like a kid's room or something like that. So why don't we go to the parents' room next? So I'm gonna go ahead and copy some of this floor, or do you think we should get carpet? You know what, let's get carpet. Let's switch it up a little bit. We'll get some carpet for the bedrooms, and I could not tell you what color it is, y'all. Let's just hope that is the color that we need. Yeah, let's go for something like that. Boy, what if that's purple? Suppose this is like a purple color, y'all. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I'm gonna use a slightly different wallpaper in here, and then I'm just gonna bring the colors over so it can kind of all match, you know? And then maybe for like this middle section, it can be different. We can go to the paint category and we'll just pick like one of these. Oh, it looks like I can't get rid of the lines that are in it. Okay, that's gonna be kind of annoying. Actually, let's just undo that. We're not going to use this wallpaper. Is there any of the ones that are like that, but it doesn't have like the lines on it? Maybe this one will work because this one is kind of similar, you know? And we're just going to bring the color on this one. And then maybe like for the bottom piece down here, this could be like more white. Hopefully that looks good with it. All right, we'll move on to the bed. And I think I want to use the contemporary bed from the Sims 3 store. I think it's this one right here. Yes, I want to use this bed right here. We'll move this into the wall a little bit. We can use this couch and have it off to the side like that. And then we'll get a dresser. We could use this one or maybe like the other one from Seasons. Yeah, maybe this one will work a little bit better. We can put that off to the side. Ooh, we could use this as an end table because like I haven't really used this in a while. That could kind of fit the vibe, you know? Could also get like a little mirror to go over this way. I feel like we should get some blinds in the house because we don't really have any, or at least some curtains. So maybe like some of these like beach curtains could work. Okay, so I believe that the bed color is blue. I think so. So all I have to really do is just make sure it is moved to the right so it can be a little bit darker. Wait, is this supposed to be blue? Y'all, I think the outside of the house is wrong. If this is blue, and then this will be dark blue, right? Okay, I gotta fix that right now so I don't forget. Yeah, that's not right. Let's move that over here on this side. Okay, so as for this, I think I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. And I believe this is like a greenish color, so maybe we can make it kind of dark like that for the top. I know this couch is white, so we'll keep that being white. I know these are like a beige, light beige color, so we're gonna keep that the same as well. Same thing for this and this. I want that to be the same. I would like to go in and add that photo, this one right here, above the bed so we can have like something nice to look at, you know? And we could also include a plant or two. It is kind of, this house doesn't really have that many plants, I fear. So maybe like a little plant in the corner like that, or maybe one that's a little bit taller like this one could work. Ooh, and I guess to finish off the bedroom, we could get a couple of lamps in here. And I know there's the seashell lamp that comes with Seasons. I guess that one could work. Yeah, this one right here. We can use a couple of those in here. Okay, I think this room could be done. Let's move on to the bathroom next. Seeing as how the bathroom is not really that big, you know, I guess we'll have the same tile, you know? And you know what? Maybe for the bathroom wallpaper, we'll use the one that we were going to use earlier for the parents' room, but maybe we could just use this one in the bathroom. And then I'm going to make sure I get the same countertops in here. We need to get like a shower tub combo. That way it'll fill in more space. I'll get this one from Seasons and put that like right there. I believe the toilet can be right beside the shower. So I can like put that here. Let me just turn off move objects though, just to make sure. Yeah, this should work like right there. That'll work. Okay. Or actually it could just go right here too. That also works. But we'll have that be there and then we'll get a couple of sinks. Maybe like these sinks could work. And we'll get a really big mirror to go behind it. I haven't used this one in a while. And this is like one of my favorite ones anyway. So we'll use that. Maybe we'll change the color of this. I don't even know what color this is. I know it's blue by default, right? So maybe like a darker blue. And then we can like make that kind of dark too. And I think this is like a white color. We'll make that kind of like a whitish gray. I hope that's right, y'all. I feel like that is not right, but we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Last but not least, we'll move on to the kids' room. I'm thinking we can do like 2 beds in here. I know there's that nautical single bed that comes with Generations. Do you think we could use that in here? I know that I used this one recently, but we could always use it again, right? Like that is just really nice in my opinion. And then we can use this little bookshelf. Yeah, we'll put that like off in the corner over here somewhere. We could get a dresser and put it in the middle. And I know there's the contemporary one from the Sims 3 store. So I want to get that one. I think it's this one right here. We could put that right in the middle of it, you know? We could have like a little mirror right there. And then I would love to get a rug to put in the middle. We could also get the little pirate ship toy box. We could also get like a little shark toy in here too. We could also get one of these life preserves and put it up in here. Maybe like on this wall. Oh, I almost forgot about the wallpaper. I was like, something in here is missing. We could use that wallpaper with the waves on it. This one right here, this one has waves and stuff on it. And really quick, y'all, I gotta think about this for a second. So if blue is on this side, then this means this is not blue. I don't know what color that is. Let's move that over on this side. I literally just thought about that. I was like, wait a minute. Let's move that over here on this side. That should be blue. And then if that's the case, then, oh, this is, yeah, because this is already blue. So we'll just make it a little bit darker. And then like same thing for the bed sheets. We can make those like a little bit darker. We can keep the stripes on them. Okay, and then we'll put this design on the rug, which I think it's already dark blue by default, I think. I hope so. I don't know, y'all. I feel like my colors might be off a little bit. And then for the pirate chest, we're going to make that a little bit darker. And I guess to finish off the bedroom, I'll get one more window and put it on this side. I guess just to let in a little bit more light. Maybe I can move the bookshelf over here on this side then, and we can like move this here like so. That looks a little bit better. Okay, well, I guess on that note, y'all, that's everything for the entire house. Let's go ahead and do some landscaping really quick. Now, I know for a fact I want to use some of the palm trees that come with Sunlit Tides, because this way it'll kind of blend in more with the surrounding area, you know? Kind of hard to tell what these trees are. I wanted to use some of those trees. I can't tell. Is there a way where I can sort by Sunlit Tides or something? Because, like, I literally cannot tell. Oh, here we go. Yes. I can just use this. Here we go. We can use some of these to go around the house. We could also put some of these heathers outside. I think this is like pink by default. So I'm going to just like put some of these underneath. Hopefully that'll like help bring some color in. And you know what, y'all? One last thing to kind of finish off the house. We need an outdoor light, and I also want to put a chair outside. So let's just get this one. I know this is like a brown kind of color by default, so I'm gonna click on it, and I have a black swatch already saved, so we're gonna use that one. I'm gonna get 2 rocking chairs and just kind of place them outside like so, and then what I'll do is I'm just gonna make them a little bit darker so they can kind of blend in a little bit better with the house. I really hope these colors are right, y'all. Okay, well, with that being said, I am done with everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the color on my monitor back on and on OBS so we can see. So give me 1 second. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna take away my hand and I'm gonna open my eyes, and oh, well, I mean, it's not really dark and moody. It could just be, you know what, it might actually be, it could just be like the reflection of the sun and stuff in the game. But like, I don't know, let's just look and see what it says. Like, is this blue? Actually, it is, it's a dark blue. It's not the darkest of blue. If I move this over, you can see it's not like the darkest blue, but it is blue. So I at least feel good about that. So far, not the worst, not the worst. I got the whites right, you know? It just looks more like bluish teal, but it is blue. Let's open up the inside, y'all, because I am nervous about this. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this looks bad. It looks kind of bad. It's not horrible, but it does not look that great. I got the wallpaper part right. Like, I wanted this to be blue, but like, I did not mean for this to be purple. That was just not my intention, you know? Wasn't supposed to be purple, was supposed to be blue. I got my blues mixed up. Let's see. Over here is pretty okay. I should have recolored this, but everything over here is pretty okay. Ooh, I have blue handles. That's not right. That wasn't supposed to be that way. The door is also not the right color either. Ugh, okay. Let's check out the parents' room real quick. Ooh. Okay, listen, everything is okay. I can manage with the wallpaper. It's the floor. It is dark blue, but that's not the color I wanted. I wanted more something a little bit more grayish blue, but that's not really what I wanted. But it's not like horrible, you know? If we go over to the bathroom, yeah, it doesn't look that great. It's kind of giving Halloween vibes. But like, okay, you know, it's not the worst. And then for the kids room, I think the kids room might be like the best one, honestly, because like this is kind of what I wanted for the wallpaper. Again, I didn't really want the blue to be with the brown like that, but it's not like horrible, you know, as far as bedrooms go. It's not as bad. So I will say overall, not really what I expected, but it's not as bad as it could be. Same thing with the chairs. I think these were like a little bit too dark. I should have maybe lightened them up a little bit. But like in all, this was not a horrible attempt. I just kind of wish I got the colors right, but you know, it's okay. But as far as me turning the color wheel off, I think I did it pretty good. So I guess I'll leave this house link down below if you want to download it. Maybe you can fix it up. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Follow me over on Twitch where I stream a lot more The Sims, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching!